En route to Luzira prisons to visit former FDC presidential candidate Dr. Kizza Besigye, Kampala Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago, and Chira Municipality MP Semujunganda, who is also the FDC party spokesman, first stopped at a nearby supermarket. They bought drinks and foodstuffs to take to Besigye, who is on remand in Luzira for treason charges. After clearance at the main gate, the duo drove to Upper Prison, where Dr. Besigye has been held for 5 days. After spending about an hour with Dr. Besigye, Lukwago emerged and spoke to NTV.
Personally, I was disheartened to see him dressed in a yellow uniform. You know, it's very, very absurd. You know, you look at a person whom you are convinced is innocent, he has committed no crime, but is being treated in a very inhuman and degrading manner. It's very, very absurd. Personally, I almost shed tears.
Although Lukwago and group were not allowed to access the cell where Besigye and 2 other inmates sleep, he told us that Besigye remains worried for his life. The prison's authorities have allowed Besigye and his colleagues to cook for themselves.
There are still matters of concern, security matters he has raised with us about the whole conditions there. It's not enough to say, yes, you are allowed to do some little cooking here. He doesn't do it himself. He doesn't have helpers there. Handlers are not there. He's doing it with the inmates, people who are not brought, who are not arrested with him and brought him on the same charge or what.
But Uganda prison spokesman Baine allayed Besigye's fears, saying the leading opposition politician is in good hands.
Fortunately, this is not the first time retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye has been with us, and we are committing ourselves to making sure that he lives a comfortable life in the prison until he is done with his cases and he goes.
According to the Kampala Lord Mayor, congestion is one of Besigye's major concerns.
Fears that any time scourges like cholera or TB or anything, a pandemic may break out and it can be really disastrous.
Human nature is that you respect a human being, even in death. That's how you'll see. In my religion, we'll go and buy new clothes, wrap you properly, and then go and give you a good send-off. The Christians will buy coffins of tens of millions. So if you can prepare a good send-off for a dead person, what about the one who is still living? That you throw, because in Uganda here, a dog is just thrown, there is a tree called a jirikiti, so a dog is just simply thrown there.
What plans do you have in order to decongest Luzira, which is becoming a song everywhere, congestion, congestion?
In as much as the prison may not be the best place to be, but there are people who are supposed to be there. And me as a keeper, I am not inviting anybody to come to prison, but I am ready to welcome whoever is brought and has come through the legal channels.
Lukwago told NTV that Besigye's legal team that he is part of has begun a process to secure for him bail as soon as the Nakawa Chief Magistrate's Court commits him to the High Court that has the jurisdiction to try treason, which is a capital offense.
My brothers, Panga, Kalibala, Yusuf Nsibambi, and many others, you know, we are going to have a discussion over these matters and see how best we can handle the situation.
Besigye is expected back in court on 1st June for the mention of his case.
Have him alone, then the other ones can go alone.
FDC party president, Major General Mugisha Muntu, also visited Dr. Besigye. He was followed by Besigye's wife, Winnie Byanyima. On Thursday, the executive director of Oxfam International told NTV that she was to deliver a radio set to Besigye. One of Africa's most celebrated icons, the late Nelson Mandela, once said that if you want to gauge the civilization of a country, don't go to its streets and major towns, but rather go to the prisons. There is growing fear that in about 10 years,
If all factors remain constant at Luzira prisons, it will be hard for even an inmate to have one position sleeping space. Sudil Biarhanga, NTV.